All right. Let's get this party started, okay? I've given everybody a couple extra minutes to hop on. I know we're going to be seeing more faces. This thing is going to be filling up. But I am so excited to have Johnny join us tonight. If you guys have never had the opportunity to hear him speak, he is going to leave you fired up, inspired, and ready to get off this call and like kick some major butt. Johnny Ahn is the Beachbody Regional Sales Manager for the Great Lakes region. Am I right? And you
got
live
that
in
right, sister.
Okay, and you live in Utah? Yes?
Yes. So I try to put the background as a beach to kind of, yeah.
Just to keep us guessing.
And it's good to always have your why, right? So that's my retirement why, the beach. Yeah.
I like it. I've never been to Utah, but I've heard it's pretty.
Yes.
Maybe not as pretty as that beach though. So I'm just so excited to have Johnny, and I had a call yesterday, actually just a one-on-one. And I told him that we really needed to hear about mindset, and I'm going to let him take it away. I feel like I should be giving you a more exciting introduction, but
Hey, not a problem, Jess. I can give myself an introduction too. It's all good. All right. Welcome everyone for being on today's call. I love it. If you have any questions during today, please write it in the chat and I'll try to address it either then or later, depending on what we're talking about at the time. And I might be calling some of you a little bit on the hot seat at the end to kind of get some of your takeaways. So, and those who are not showing their face right now, I'll definitely be calling on some of you. Okay. So I'm Johnny Ahn. I'm the regional sales manager over the Great Lakes region. I work with the 1 to 5 star diamonds. My whole goal is to get the 1 stars to 2 star diamond, help them open up their second CBC, then turn that into a diamond. And next thing you know, they're on the route to become a 5-star elite. And that's what I'm trying to get a lot of people to become 5-star elite. And then I kick them out of my training and I get them off to 6-star land into becoming a 15-star. And with all of you here, you all have someone that you can reach out to for help. And I definitely want to be addressing that today, but there's definitely the notion of there's 1 star and above, you all get a corporate mentor 1 to 5. And then there's directors that will work with you once you're 6-star to 14. And then there's Doug Moss or VP who works with everybody that's a 15-star. But as you're trying to push to diamond or trying to push to 1 star, there's Kevin Shaw. You see him on the champions page all the time. He's always there on the TBB 411 National Wake Up Call. So there's always like a corporate source to help you. You may not need it. You might be fine without it, but sometimes they may tell you something that you're like, oh, I never thought of it that way. The only thing that's not, well, the thing that's nice is that because this is all what we do all day, every day, we've heard a thing or two. I feel like I'm a State Farm commercial. We've seen a thing or two or whatever. Okay. You get what I'm saying, but that's where I'm going with this is my previous job. Let me just give you a little bit of background and then I'll get into the meat and potatoes of this. I worked at another company called Jamberry for 4 years, network marketing company. It's all about the recruiting and sales and all this stuff. And I definitely learned a lot. I worked with leaders, and then I switched from working with leaders down to like the field, like all the newbies. And I really got the perspective from both parties. You got the people on above who are like, I'm trying to get people wanting to work. I'm trying to do everything to motivate them. I can only lead someone to water. And then I get the newbies being like, I'm just trying to start out. I got my upline that's trying to push me. I don't even know how much do I even want this? I don't know. So I want to navigate all this for us today. I know that Jessica was talking about getting our mindset in here. So a few things, because I was even having to talk with my boss today. I'm like, oh, I talked with Jess yesterday. I'm talking to our team tonight. So when I think of the mindset here, I'm going to share a few things. One, I'm very confident that every single one of us listening to this call, if we're not already a diamond, can become a diamond should we want to. I have rarely ever found there be someone that actually can't get themselves to diamond if they want to. I never find that's the issue. It's more the desire. Do they want to become a diamond? And part of that is a reality of, well, how many of us want to become a diamond? Because if we don't want to, then we're probably not going to get there, or we'll do it begrudgingly because someone above us wants us to get there. And that's going to be the same way with people underneath us. I want us to feel confident, like at the end of today, really feeling like I know what I got to do should I choose to want to do it in order to get people to want to sign up as coaches. Okay. And then additionally, I'd also, as we're thinking about all of this, be thinking about where am I sitting along this whole route is I'll be able to dig in to figure out what's worth it for someone to become a coach and to get them working. Do I even know the reasons why I'm a coach and what the heck is pushing me? And do I also have anybody holding me accountable, or am I just kind of doing this for fun, which is okay. But I think it's important to kind of assess to make sure that we're putting our efforts where our desires are. So let me go ahead and kick into this here. I look at this aspect of the business. There's kind of a few parts. One, there's the traffic generation on social media. Okay. I want to focus a little bit more on the next two parts. The next two parts are on how do I get challengers sold a challenge pack and get them results. Okay. So it's all about these challenge groups and challenge packs. And then I want to move it from there to how do I get people to want to work the business? How do we get them signed up as a coach and working the business? And so one kind of leads into the other. So let me kind of describe this. I'm going to go into the notion of talking about what gets people to want to become a coach so that we can feel confident knowing like, all right, I know how to sign up coaches. Hopefully it's no longer an issue of, do I have the mindset? Because I look at it this way. If we feel confident or competent enough of what we need to do, great. I feel like the whole mindset shifts because it's no longer of, I don't know if I want to put effort into this because am I really going to be able to sign up coaches? How effective am I going to be? If any of us have that, like I totally get the notion. If we don't feel like our ability really, we see the fruits of that result, like of the labor, then it's like, yeah, I don't want to keep pushing along. I'm hoping at the end of the day, again, that you're feeling like, oh, sweet. I know what I'm supposed to do. I get it. I want to go hit the ground running. Okay. So let's talk about this. Why do people want to become Beachbody coaches? Well, when I usually poll and ask most people, the number one answer I always get, I want to help people. And then I ask them, why do you want to help people? Okay. So I get the notion that they want to help people with fitness. And then I'm like, why aren't you a free fitness instructor? Or why aren't you a Catholic nun at a church? If you are a Beachbody coach and it's just about helping out people because you're just charity driven, then I'm like, you don't need Beachbody for any of that. So like, I'm really asking, why are you a Beachbody coach? And then they're like, well, I want to make money too. And I'm like, oh, and in fact, I come to find out without the money, most people are not actually going to work as a coach, even though they said the primary reason was I want to help people. I'm like, oh, isn't that interesting? Now, here's what I've kind of discovered over time. There are people that are financially driven that will work the business, and there's people non-financially. Our biggest job as like a Beachbody coach, if we're going to get someone to become a coach, I'm going to say this plainly, and then I'm going to really I'm going to delve more into it. We've got to essentially find and pull the motivation out of them. What is the reason for them to become a coach? And then can I, once I know that reason, be their biggest champion to help them achieve that why or reason that's getting them to become a coach? And then once I've, been their biggest champion, can I hold them accountable to that? Ask their permission. Can I keep you going on this route continuously? So let me kind of dig into that. I'm going to usually ask somebody, actually, before I say this, when we get people results from our challenge groups, I know a lot of times it's easy to be like, hey, you got results. You should join my team. I think you can make some money. I'd love to have you on there. This would be great. And so a lot of those people may actually sign up because it makes sense. They're getting the high from signing up. What ends up happening is a lot of these people, they join Beachbody and they'll sign up people on their dirt list. The people that would buy dirt from them, the easiest, the lowest hanging of fruit. And then what happens is this person now they become an emerald, maybe become a half diamond. And then what happens? The going gets a little bit tougher. And they're starting to find, I can't find as many people that want to sign up as a coach. My dirt list doesn't go as far as I thought, whatever. I'm going to stop putting the effort into the business. And some of us may know some people like that on our teams. And the reason for this is because the value of working Beachbody at this point has become less than the excuses. And what are those usually excuses? I'm too busy. I don't have the time. I'm with kids. I don't have the energy. I'm exhausted. I've got another job. Or I don't really like selling. It feels sales. I don't want to be like pushy. I don't want to post on social media a lot. It's just not really worth my energy. And those excuses will always trump the notion of working the business. And so with that being said, if the excuses are here and the value of working Beachbody is up here, great. That's how it usually is on the dirt list. But then as things keep going, that starts to switch and the excuses become higher. I need their reason or value working Beachbody to be established here higher and to never wane below that, because at the moment it goes below that, they're going to stop working. So I need to try to pull out what is worth it for these people to work the business. Or I put it in some blunt terms of like, what the heck is it going to take to get your butt in gear and to get you in gear consistently month after month? And what's it going to take to get you to allow me to push you for that too? Okay. I think that's what we're really trying to get into, because when people know what they're going for and we're pushing them, that's something, as opposed to they're just kind of working to make some extra money. When the going gets tough, people are not tough enough to keep going in that scenario unless there's a reason for them. So when I'm looking at this is what motivates someone to work. What we've seen, they said there's like the financial, or some people, they want to help people. Well, I look at it twofold. There's the financial, non-financial. I need to know quickly what that is, because if I'm trying to get someone to become a Beachbody coach and I'm talking finances to them, but their husband's already making a lot of money or they're making a lot of money, then why are we talking financial aspects of becoming a Beachbody coach? Because that doesn't really matter to them. That's not singing to them. And so why would I want to present something to them that they don't even think they need or is even really fit for them, right? I know that sounds like, oh yeah, duh, I wouldn't do that. But like that's where I'm trying to dig into is we got to figure out, why are we even bringing up coaching to these people in the first place? Okay. Conversely, if someone is like their back's against the wall, they really need the money. And we're talking about, oh, look, you can get this recognition. You can build a team. You can get a sense of great fulfillment. I don't know if they're caring about the fulfillment. They're like, I'm trying to feed my kids. Right. So we don't want to be prescribing the features and benefits of what Beachbody is for somebody without actually doing a proper diagnosis. But we never want to go into the doctor's office and be like, I don't feel too good. Take a guess at what I need and then just write me a prescription and we're going to roll with it. No, we usually have a sit down. There's an actual talk and a discussion. And when that discussion's had, we feel like, okay, the doctor understood what we said. Okay, we've come up with some solution. We're kind of sales doctors in the same way when it comes to challenge groups, challenge packs, or when it comes to coaching. But we're focused on the coaching aspect right now. So when I'm asking coaches, I like to ask them, or prospective coaches, tell me about your financial situation. You guys making plenty of money? You guys doing okay financially? Or you guys got some financial pain points coming in every month? Tell me about this. I will quickly know right then where I'm taking the conversation. Let's say I do have some big financial pain points. Great. I know we're talking finances here. That's probably what's going to make them tick. In fact, I'll say majority of people, that's what's going to make them tick. But I want to be asking them. I want to start going down this route. Okay. When I'm going to start asking questions now, follow me on this step. I got to establish these three things. I got to figure out the pain points, the value points, and then us providing the solution. Without doing this, the whole presentation to them to become a coach feels salesy because there's not really getting to understand them. If it feels salesy, it is salesy. I want us to remove this. I want this to be us providing a solution for people based upon a problem that they've told us. So what are the pain points? I'm trying to ask them, tell me about your financial pain points. What are they? Is it rent? Is it mortgage? Car payments, student loans, utilities? I don't know. It could be a lot of things. And then I want them to tell me, tell me which one causes you the most pain, okay? And maybe they'll say it's a car payment. What does that look like? How much is that, okay? How long has this been going on for you? Why is this still an issue for you? How is this affecting you emotionally? How is this affecting your relationship with your family? We need these people to tell us there's an actual problem, because if there's no problem, then there's probably no sense to provide a solution for something, right? Because that would be providing something to somebody that they didn't say they need. Well, now they've established there's a problem. We just need to be a good person to ask those questions and draw that out of them. With the problem, there's usually the value. Okay, so you said that you haven't been able to pay this car payment off because, or it's been a trouble for you because your other car just broke down. So now this sprung upon you and now you got this payment. Okay, I get it. Your husband's working full time. You want him to have a life. You're at home with the kids. To take on another job is tough for you because you want to be at home with the kids. If you took on another job, you're taking the daycare and then you're not making any more money. So that's pointless. And to take on another job, it feels tough because also I'm taking care of the kids. I've got a lot of my time and energy going into them. So that's why. And yeah, it's causing us some stress at home or some anxiety every month. So you'll hear some mixture of whatever that might be. We're just being good listeners and sympathizing. And then at the end of those pain points, be like, okay, so what you're telling me is blah, 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 X, Y, and Z are the summary of your pain points based upon this. Okay. From there, I want to ask the questions and flip it. It's like, what would the value be to you? I want to know if you could pay off whatever, $300 of that car payment that you said is pretty impactful. What would that mean to you? How would that make you feel? happen to you if you could be like, honey, I paid off this our car payment this month? How do you think your husband would react? How do you think your family would feel? What kind of fulfillment would be going inside of you? And what if you could do this not just once, but consistently? How do you think, again, this is how do you make you feel? You're hopefully going to be pulling out things from them with them saying like, yeah, that would be awesome. I would love that. Yeah, I think my husband and family, yeah, we'd rejoice. Something of those nature, right? That is where we're coming in then to be like, well, let me tell you what, sister, for myself, I've been able to have a certain level of success working Beachbody business. I've helped others as well. I think if we can get you on board as a coach, you joining my team, especially because you got your own testimonial of the Beachbody, you got results. I think we can all really package this together. I've helped others like yourself who are busy moms or whatever the scenario they tell you there is, has got a husband working, to actually be able to make this business work. Is that sounding kind of interesting to you? And hopefully they're like, yes. And I think more people are going to be wanting to listen, because now we're coming at coaching to them from the perspective of like, yeah, you told me where the pain is, and you said that this is valuable to you. Let me help you get there. Again, we're trying to be their biggest champion. Well, we got to let them know, like, well, also, if now that you're interested, let me tell you a little bit more about it. Like, you said your car payment's $300 a month. Well, as you know, money doesn't grow on cheese. If to work in this business, let me tell you what that might look like in the first month. That's probably going to be selling 6 challenge packs, and we're telling them, because we know this in our mind, we got to reverse engineer whatever their bill is. And it's hopefully got to be something reasonable. They can't be making $3,000 month one. I've yet to meet a brand new coach selling that many challenge packs. That's a lot at $50 per challenge pack, right? The notion is it's about $50 per challenge pack as commission. And I'm trying to let them know, yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's about 6 challenge packs for the first month. And as we can get people subscribed onto HD, perhaps, if they have a good experience, and I'll coach you how to help them have a good experience in that first month in their challenge group, then we can maybe make it so it's not 6, or maybe we can continue 6 if you feel like you're pretty good with it. And eventually we're going to be talking about how to convert some of your customers into coaches underneath them. Because if they start doing this too and make some money, you'll find that you can make money off of that too. But let's focus on month 1. I mean, how does that sound for you? Are you game on for something like this? And I think these people be like, oh, okay. Like, they're more listening to it. And the notion here is, now that you reverse engineered it for them, showed them a path, like, look, let me tell you how to get there. But I know, and this is where you take into consideration their life. Like you said, you've got kids, your husband's working. I get it. You're busy. I'm busy. My other coaches are busy. One of the key things that we found to be effective to help you get this business going is you allowing me to hold you accountable to the work that you need to do, and especially to have it be done every single day, or whatever you guys dictate, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Because I know you'll be tempted to make working Beachbody priority 30th in your day. Because I'm not your employer. Like a normal 9-to-5 job, you would give your employer the ability. You show up. It's a non-negotiable. If you don't get paid. You get written up. You get fired. You don't get paid. With this, we just don't get paid. But I don't want you to not get paid. I want you to get this car payment. I want you to be able to help out your family, because that's what you said is worth it for you. And I know for you to be successful in that, you've got to stick with it consistently on the schedule that we put down. If you're down for that, I will give you support to help you not only know what to do, but to keep you motivated. I also have a team of other individuals who I've had this exact talk with, who want to work together as well. And I found that they've been able to link arms together to push each other forward. What are your thoughts about that? Being a part of that community, we're going to be helping each other. And more importantly, I'm going to try to help you get that first month. You down? Now, hopefully they're going to say yes. The notion here is that this is so much better presented to them, because this is worthwhile for them. This is making them think this has nothing to do with me saying it's required for you to hit Emerald or hit Diamond, or for you to hit Success Club, or this is because I'm shooting for Road to Elite. This has nothing to do with me as the coach. This is all about trying to provide a solution for these people for something they said was a pain point, and conversely a value point, and I'm going to help them get there. Now, let's say we help this person achieve that in month 1. Fantastic. We celebrate the heck out of that, and we kind of talk with them. How did it feel? How did your family react? We celebrate among our team. What do we need to do to help you get to month 2? Where did you find it was getting a little bit challenging? Or let me share some advice that where I know that a lot of people, or it looks like you may get stuck here. We can work with them. And during these conversations, we're going to be talking about how to run effective challenge groups, how to convert those challengers into coaches. And as that happens and continues to happen, and we're helping someone new, month 1, month 2, month 3, they're going to be a lot more open to listening to the idea of, us talking about emerald or diamond, and it will mean so much more to them because now it's like, oh, I'm in the flow of this. This isn't one of those how to say, it's not doable. It's very much doable to them because they're already in motion doing it. They're getting a month or two of success already. They're going to be more willing to work with us further and listen to us. And there's more trust built in, that the notion of like, okay, I'll listen to you about this whole emerald or diamond thing because I can make more money. How do I do that? Just by becoming emerald. Like that conversation is going to go so much better because it's going to be for them. And you'll be asking again, what else could this money pay for? That's a pain point in your life. And we're going to keep reassessing because I feel like every single person needs a dangling carrot in front of them that's worthwhile. The whole, I want to retire my husband and work from home or whatever the scenario, like this big audacious why, those are fine to have. But man, we got to get something tangible, something that they can work on today that's going to be worthwhile, because the long, big, audacious goal that might not be years from now, that will not sustain somebody. It just, I wish I say it could. I've seen it time and time again. It does not sustain somebody. We need something real in their face. And guess what? Those monthly bills, in a way, they slap you every month and they don't disappear. They just keep building up, and there's an eviction or something, or turned off, or loan collection, right? That's why I like the financial. Okay. So I think hopefully guys are getting what I'm discussing here. When it's a financial situation, I am trying to pull out the pain point, the value point, and providing them a solution. And can I hold you accountable to it? Here's what it's going to look like. Let's go. Okay. For those who are going to be like, still not, I don't think I want to commit this much. Fine. You know what? We can totally take that. We'll still take some hobbyists or part-time coaches or whatever you want to say. We just don't need to pour into them as much, but at least we've had this talk with them. So we still know of when they do work, what they are going towards. So we can still celebrate that. It'll still sink to them. They just may not want to put in as much effort. That is okay. At least we've maximized the percentage or chance that we've helped them kind of see this vision of how this could work out for them, you know, because I want to say, I know everyone always asks me, Johnny, I want business builders. I want to find them on social media. I'm like, look, well, I want to frankly say, like, stop trying to shortcut this whole thing. Okay. It is not about your social media post that's going to shortcut it and get these people in the door. I'm about realistic situations. You're getting people results so they have their own testimonial, Beachbody. Then you're having this honest conversation with them. Now you're grooming them to become a business builder, because some of these people have to get month one, that pushes to month two, month three. They may be more of a steady Eddie that becomes a diamond. That's fine. Guess what? Are they still building their business? Yes, they are. They just didn't tell you they're a business builder, and they may not be Enneagram 3. They may not be type A, go-getter competition person. I don't care. I just keep getting them successful each month, and they're more willing to continue listening to me. Or I get some of those people that have been doing this for a few months, and they're like, kind of cool. I like it. What else can I do with this? And then that light switch just turns on. Then they're like, okay, Jess, I get why you're doing this. All right. At first I was hesitant. I kind of have to try it out. Well, they say that, I don't know. Everyone's wanting to try it out. They've got to see if this is going to work, because if you do it for a few months or a month and it's not working out, well, then they're like, see, well, I tried. It didn't work out. I told you. No, we want them to be successful right off the get-go. And then some of these people, the light switch turns on, and then now they're going to like, yeah, let me put in more effort into this. And again, it's not because their personality changed. It's just more like the reason or motivation for them has now become even greater for them. That's why I said this whole thing, I'm trying to pull out the motivation out of somebody. What's worth it for them to get them going? Because I can't usually just ask that to somebody right off the bat, because they may not know what it might take. They might say $1 million, but that's not reality. So that's why I'm trying to figure out and negotiate what is realistic for them that's worthwhile. Okay. I think I beat that thing into the ground, dead horse. Let me start talking about the non-financial now, because I've gone through that. The non-financial, I don't want to say it's trickier, but we've got to ask, you got to put your thinking cap on, because the money one is so simple. Like, it's very calculated in that sense. And maybe I graduated in accounting. So to me, that just, I'm like, this is what you need. Let me reverse engineer it. Blunt. This is what you need. You don't have to be an accounting degree. Any of you guys can do that. And hopefully the examples I gave you made sense. $50 for challenge pack. Okay, let's talk about non-financial. Someone's like, yeah, my husband's actually making a lot of money, or I'm making a lot of money here. Okay, then we got to think. Now I'm thinking, this person is not driven by the money. So I got to figure out, not that they wouldn't mind it, but I got to figure out what's going to make them tick. What's going to get them motivated to work. So I need to be asking the questions leading towards that. Now, this might be a myriad of questions to pull this out. Well, tell me what's going on in your life. Are there parts of your life that you don't feel quite fulfilled that you would like to? Tell me about that. How long has this been going on? Tell me, you might have to dig in with some of these things. If they tell you something, tell me, how is that affecting you emotionally? How long has it been an issue? How's it affecting your family, your happiness? You'll notice the same thing here. I'm still trying to dig into a pain point for somebody of where they don't feel fulfilled in life and why that's the case and what's been holding them up from feeling and getting fulfilled. And then I'm trying to ask, what would it mean if you could feel fulfilled consistently month after month? How do you think that would make you feel? How would it affect your family? You know, again, it's all this sad, depressed that if they can't, and then awesomeness if they could. Then being like, our brains have got to be thinking, where does coaching fit into this person? Well, I found for a lot of people, coaching, they get a sense of fulfillment. Yes, helping out people get the physical results. That's a big one. And then two, it's also as big is helping these people become like entrepreneurs themselves and growing their business because of what it means to their families. So you start to really feel like a saint in the sense of like, I am growing a business here where I'm really helping out these other moms. I know it maybe sounds funny. I know I see Melissa laughing because there's the truth that like, it sounds funny, but that's people that already make enough money. They've got to find fulfillment elsewhere in their life. Right. And there's that notion of like, where is that going to be? I need to figure that out for these people. And usually it's going to be helping out the next people. I mean, I don't know if this sounds too ridiculous, but I'm like, why do we have kids? Kids are expensive. I know a lot of, they bring us joy and yeah, they take work, but it's worth for us. And we get satisfaction as they start to live life and feel happy and grow and all that. Well, these are, I don't know, our adult kids in a sense. We're trying to really groom them. And that's where we get satisfaction. I have found actually for coaches that start out trying to make money, once they get to about 5 stars, so they've got a good flow. They're making some money to where if they stop the business, it's because they're not getting their people progressed as much. And I find when they can start getting that going again, they start to get rejuvenated knowing that they're making a difference in these people's lives. It becomes more, because their why has changed now from the financial more to like, I want the fulfillment. And so for people non-financial, it's get the fulfillment. But we don't want to go right off the bat again, prescribing, hey, you should be a Beachbody coach because I can tell your husband's a doctor. No, even they still may be a medical bill. So they still might be a financial person. We've got to ask the right questions to figure out where to lead that conversation. Okay, I think I'm pounding that you guys in your head. I think you totally get it. I'm hoping from here on out, these conversations we have are never surface level. They're going to submarine level. We are asking the questions. And it doesn't have to be a script, although I've given you a lot of questions to ask. But a lot of it, I'm almost looking at like, I'm being a good listener. I'm asking the questions, again, and you can ask them in however way, shape, or form, as long as it's getting to those them to reveal those pain points and the value points, and then we're presenting coaching to them. We have to do some quick thinking of how it fits in perfectly with them. But again, even for the non-financial person, we still have to let them know if you want this kind of fulfillment and growing these many people, or I almost might figure out how many people would you have to, how many lives, let me say this, sorry, I got sidetracked. When it comes to non-financial, how many people do you need to get results, need to be getting results physically for you to get a sense of fulfillment? Or how many people do you need help with their business to get a sense of fulfillment? Like you need to be asking questions like a metric, because if there's a metric in there, then we can reverse engineer that metric. That's why I say the numbers is nice. We need something in there. Otherwise it's too ambiguous, because we got to give them some target as far as how many lives, in a sense, that's very generally speaking, of do they need to be helping out people for this to be worth their time, for them to say yes to Beachbody coaching, and then for us to hold them accountable to this, because it's going to be the same thing as I got to reverse engineer it. Here's the homework. Here's what you're going to need to do. I know you're busy with life. I know you got kids too. I know we can help you get this sense of fulfillment too. I've helped out others. I've helped out myself. Here's what we're going to need to do. And usually that starts with helping out X amount of people per month that you said that would be it for you. Let's help you get there. So instead of a car payment, it's X amount of lives they're helping out, whatever, to get that fulfillment. So I hope you're getting that now. So hopefully no one can escape your clutch, I guess, in a sense. Like you can figure out something for everybody. Okay. This is all assuming that we're getting people who are already getting results from our challenge groups. And I guess I'll keep emphasizing this. Even if you get someone out of the gate who's like, I'm a go-getter, I've been watching you for a while, I want to do this, still let them go through your challenge group. These people, everybody needs to get their own testimony and results. We don't say the vital behaviors for the heck of it, be a product of the product. People don't want to sell something if they don't really believe in it. Like if I went to a restaurant, I don't go sharing with friends and family, it was an okay experience. I just don't. If I had a great experience, I go share that to people. I feel comfortable. That's consistent with me and my values of like, I went to PF Chang's. I love their lettuce wraps. They're delicious. I wish I could have them as a meal. I think I'm going to do that next time. Screw it being an appetizer. I'm going to get 3 of them and call that my dinner. Okay. I'm not expecting no gift card from PF Chang's, but by this time they should, because I've been preaching that thing for years. But you get the idea here is that I am trying to like present something to somebody because it makes sense to them. So, or because it brought joy to me, and I think it'd bring joy to them because I know who they are. When it comes to coaching, it's going to be that same way. People, the best coaches are the ones that get results. Okay. So I'm trying to get people results. Well, how am I going to get people results? Well, I feel pretty confident knowing that especially because most people are leading sedentary lives, that's probably even why we're even getting them into our challenge group in the first place. If people, what are most of our programs? Anywhere from 21 days to a lot of our popular ones are 6 weeks. I figure between 21 days and 45 days, right? These people can probably get some results to the point that we could probably have a conversation with them about joining and becoming a Beachbody coach. But the thing is, they ain't going to get results if they're inconsistent with the workouts or ain't drinking. They're not going to fall in love with Shakeology if they're never really drinking it, sitting on the counter, right? And if they're never checking in, yeah, nothing's going to happen here. So if I'm talking, I want to get people results, how are we going to go about that? Well, here's an interesting thing. You're going to see a lot of same parallels in the way I discuss how the heck I get someone to become a challenger and a committed challenger. Okay, so I'm looking at this. I don't go up to someone and tell them, you're fat, you're ugly, you got diabetes probably, and you really need Beachbody in your life. Here's a challenge pack. Here's a share cart. I'll see you next week in my boot camp. Okay, of course not. And none of us are that offensive or that dramatic. But there's the notion that we don't want to present something to somebody that they haven't expressed that they need. In fact, they're probably offended by it. Where we got to go is as we're talking to people, really get to know them from surface level to submarine. I need to establish pain point, value point, and the solution. Again, well, tell me, so what are your fitness nutrition goals? Why do you want to lose the 30 pounds, get more, nutritionally in shape? Tell me more about that. Like, why is that the case? How long has this been an issue? How's this affecting you emotionally? What steps have you taken to fix this? What's caused you to be kind of derailed from it? What do you think is stopping you from getting there now? And again, you're asking all these questions of it. And how's this affecting your emotions? How's it affecting your relationship with your families? And you can hear all the negative stuff that they say with all this. And, I'm kind of sad. I don't feel as attractive anymore. I've tried I have membership at the gym. I've tried different workout programs. I kind of yo-yo back and forth. I don't know. I got pregnant. I'm busy with work. Okay, you can hear it all, right? And then there's a notion like, well, okay, totally get that. I sympathize. I understand. I'm busy. I've had kids, blah, blah, whatever. And then the notion there is, what would it mean to you if you could actually lose the 30 pounds and actually be able to keep it off and have people supporting you along the way and to help you maintain that off? What would that mean? What would it mean to you? Hopefully these people, that would be awesome. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be great. Be like, yeah, how do you think that would affect you emotionally? How do you think your family would feel about it? Again, you guys are seeing, you get in the theme here, and I'm glad because, well, I'm assuming you guys are getting the theme. My mental radar is telling me you guys are getting the theme here of like, I've got to ask these questions. It's getting to know them better, and it's setting things up, this alley-oop here, okay? And then from there, they tell me, oh yeah, it'd be awesome. Then I'm gonna be like, well, let me tell you what, sister, I get it. I've been in your similar situation, or you could take whatever piece you've been in a situation, or my friends have been in the same situation. Guess what? I've been able to help myself. I've been able to help others who are also faced your scenario with a busy life, got pregnant, wasn't able to lose weight, or whatever they tell you, right? Be like, I actually run this accountability group for people just like you. And I run one every month to help people get these physical results that they're looking for. And we found that a lot of people do find that the values that you said, the joy, the confidence, the satisfaction. Sister, I'm wondering if you'd be interested in joining my group this next month. I think from based on what you told me, it'd be awesome. It'd be right up your alley. What are your thoughts? This sounds a lot more intriguing. And guess what? I have not even mentioned the challenge pack yet. Okay, hopefully these people are being more buttered up to wanting to say yes in this scenario. Great, let me tell you a little bit more about it. We obviously know that sitting there and eating cheeseburgers all day ain't gonna melt the pounds. So let me tell you a little bit about how this is structured. Okay, that's like the same equivalent of saying money doesn't grow on cheese. There's gonna be some work involved. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, let me tell you how I do this. At a minimum, I have requirements to be in the group. But don't let that scare you. I found that these minimum requirements are needed in place in order for people to get the results that they're looking for. And people actually end up out of this making more friends, getting the results, and they're pretty excited about it too. And they in fact want to share it with others. And then this is where I recommend to people when they're running their challenge groups, whether you're going to be doing that co-hosting with Jessica or co-hosting it with some of y'all, or some of you may be like, yo, I'm doing my own thing here. Great. When you feel ready, go do it, because people are looking for you as the guidance. But here's where I look at it is, we got to set up requirements. This is not a, you can join my challenge group and it's whatever you do, I'm accepting it because it was a hell of an experience to try to get you to buy the darn challenge pack. So now that you're in there, I am not going to push my luck any further. I want to say what's happening here is actually the value we're providing people is actually the rules and the accountability. So I'm going to tell them, here's the rules of being in the group. You've got to do the workout. That we'll find you an awesome workout that you want to do. But heck, during this next 30 days, as the program outlines, you've got to do it. Second thing is, we've got to get you eating a little bit better. There's a superfood nutrition shake that I want you to be taking in. We'll talk more about that later. Third thing, there's going to be a check-in policy to make sure you are doing the workout and that everyone else sees you're doing the workout. Guess what? On check-in days, I also have a situation where you've got to post on two other people's pictures to get them excited and going. And guess what? I've had these conversations, these one-on-ones with other people who, those who have stuck with it, got spit at the end of the tunnel with some results. You ain't going to be no different. I want you to join my group. What are your thoughts about joining this group with these rules in it? Because I think that's what's going to get you where you want to. Hopefully they're going to be like, yes, be like, okay, then I need permission to hold you accountable to this. You're not going to ghost me or ignore my messages. If I don't see you checking on, like everyone's checked in, but you haven't, you're going to give me permission now that I can message you and be like, hey, what's going on? So you didn't check in, that you're going to get back on the wagon and then you're going to do the workout and do the post or make up for it whatever way. And you're going to comment on someone's pictures. You game for that? Hopefully they can say yes. Be like, okay, great. Because everyone in this group, we're 100% committed. And I've told everyone that this is what we're all doing. And when you get things like this going, okay, oh, sorry, I hadn't even gotten into the whole challenge pack yet. So let me finish that conversation. Then be like, okay, so now that you're down for this, here's what it's gonna look like. Because I'm not Jillian Michaels creating these videos. I don't know, maybe some of you guys are fitness instructors. We've got to find you this, I'm a Beachbody coach. We've got to find you a good program that works and get you this nutrition shake. Part of being a Beachbody coach that I want to present to you is this challenge pack to be in this group. This is going to provide you a year's worth of workouts that you can choose from, okay? We're going to find you one that's going to get you results sooner than later, okay? We can work through that, and then you can talk to them and figure out what that is. Also, I want to figure out your situation, and then you can start. Shakeology is usually a default, but if someone's like more into bodybuilding, you might want to be thinking, like maybe they really want the performance line, or depending on what the back order situation is, you adjust accordingly to get them wherever the heck they can get the order. Normally don't say that, but that's the honest truth too. Okay, so adjust accordingly, adapt. Don't let shipping, it's not even a shipping, it's a raw materials issue. Don't let the lack of raw materials deter you from finding another product that might be appropriate for this person, okay? And then from that, that's essentially what the challenge pack is, right? And then they're gonna be more down to not give you the objection of like, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, or it's too expensive. Because people will spend the money on their health if they actually think they're gonna get it. Really, I think they will. People may even spend more than that, than the 150. So if you get these objections, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't know, it sounds like it's too expensive. Big part of me says, you haven't really driven home the value of what we can present to them. And so this is another thing I wanna say is, us as Beachbody coaches, the biggest value we're giving to these people is essentially this, Lindsay, I will address that too. I saw her note in the chat. The biggest value we're giving to these Beachbody coach or these potential challengers is the accountability 101 and then putting the group together. People can buy Beachbody on demand on their own. Hell, they can go walk outside or run outside. They can go buy Shakeology on their own, or they can buy some protein with shake or whatever nutrition. Actually, the biggest thing that they can't buy on their own is us. We are the biggest value. And what is the value we're providing these people? It is that one-on-one accountability to help them get establishing the challenge group, putting in the rules, and getting the synergy going by getting everybody in there and established. That's actually the biggest value because they can get everything else on their own without us. So if that's the case, then let's be assured, be the one to drive that value to them. When people see that's the value we're presenting, it's not viewed as, dang, your challenge group is too tough or too stringent. It's like, oh, shoot, you're running a real good camp here that's getting people results, and you're taking in the fact that they have excuses, that they are busy, but you're putting them in this group to where they're keeping it. You got to let them know, I got to keep you accountable to this. So you're going to keep this one of the top 5 priorities that you're going to be doing each day because I'm not going to let you slide. Okay. So we know if people do this, people get spit out of this and they get results. Now let me address some of this here with Lindsay. What if you sign up a challenger, but they aren't active in a group? Okay, don't be too nice. It could be a 3 strikes you're out, because your check-in days, you do how you want. I recommend to people, like, if it's a 30-day group, have it be the first 7 days be a check-in. This is like a rocket ship. We need the momentum to get going, especially the newbies. The newbies that are insecure never want to post. None of us want to be that first person. So that's why we're making a requirement. But when they do post and see that it's not a threat or anything, it's a supporting. Someone else messaged me, or they commented, that's great. And then there's a synergy of like, we want it to be where people are not even talking about workouts anymore, that it doesn't feel like it's a requirement past the 7 days, when it's like on every other day or every third day or whatever you guys set up, that it becomes like, oh, heck, I'm posting every day because this is now a community that I want to be a part of. Now, if they're not checking in on the required days and you see that and you reach out to them, hey, so you didn't check in, what's going on? Tell me, I sympathize. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, Jonathan's in the hospital. Hey, we knew life was going to happen. I'm not trying to be insensitive. I do want you to get your workout in, because like I said, we always knew that life's going to be in the way, but you can do this. Can you get onto it? Great. We're going to do it because we got to be hard nosed like that. And we're being sympathetic and hard nosed, right? And then if they still don't do it, okay, let's see what happens after that. Like, are they not showing up for the next check-in? Okay, you check in with them again, be like, hey, I saw again, you didn't even make up the last one. What's going on here? I really want to make sure you're taken care of. And frankly, if it comes after that thing, they're not really responding by the third time, your next message to them is, yeah, you're going to be kicking them out of the group, because you'll be like, hello, you sympathize. I get you're busy. Sounds like whatever happened in the first incident was too much. Let me put you in my ongoing. So I'd recommend maybe have a side ongoing eternal type of challenge group that's going on, that is for the half committed or non-committed people. But these are not for the people looking for results, and let them know, like, I'm going to put you in there. If you're down and ready to commit, you're welcome to join my group next month again. But I need that commitment from you. That way you're not really burning the bridge. You're showing caringness, but you're also letting them know, like, look, this is for people that really want to get the results. You're not ready to commit to that. So you don't have to say, I'm not going to have you drag you down, or have you drag us, rest of us down. That essentially is what's happening if they're not participating, because then everyone else sees that, well, so-and-so isn't posting. I don't think I need to post. And then, everyone's not posting. Cool. So yeah, you can police that. I had a brand new challenger post on her beginning pictures in my new group. I'm so proud of her. Melissa, that is great. I don't even know if you set up the requirement, but when a new challenger posts a picture, you love it. I love that, because, well, more or less, we're all starting out as a before picture. I mean, really, before we finish this new challenge. So I don't know if any of us are fully that confident. In fact, it took some convincing to get us in the group, right? So that's why we're trying to get this all going. And it's not like you have to do this side picture. Well, some people make it so it's a requirement. You have to do your before and after with the side profile and the sports bra, spandex shorts. I'm not even asking that. I am just like, did my workout today, sweaty selfie. That's supposed to be my camera. Got my butt kicked. And then, yeah, you want people like, oh, what did you do? Oh, I got my butt kicked too. I hate that Megan, but I love her too. Just stuff like that. Okay. Alrighty, friends. I'm trying to think if I've covered that all. I think I have. So I'm hoping now at this point, you can really get a good taste of like the conversations that you need to have with your prospective challengers that's going to make them want to join your challenge group and buy a challenge pack and get them to actually stick with it and get results. And you know how to go about that to make sure that there is a community aspect. And then as they're starting to get results, you gauge how that is. You're going to have conversations with them about what's going on in their life, financial, to know which way to take it, and take it from there to see if we can present coaching in a way that fits to alleviate their pain points and everything. And really, I don't know, you don't have to watch a ton of training videos to figure this all out, what I just told you. I mean, essentially what I told you, I think a lot of people hopefully on here are like as you're listening, you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I can have those conversations with people. I don't have to be, I keep seeing this. I got to say, this is me soapboxing. You probably hear of like Josh Coates. I guess he's my Facebook, Instagram feed will not shut up on this Josh Coates. I almost want to sign up for a thing and be like, if I sign up, will you take me off your sponsored ads? Okay, that's me sidetrack. But I'm like, oh, I guess he's doing what I'm doing. I'm just more a salaried employee. He's doing it as his own side gig. That's me separately. But where I'm going to this is, sorry, I totally got sidetracked. Is that hopefully we feel confident enough, or not even confident, but competent enough that what I've said works and that we can go apply it. And then be like, as we do that more and more, we're like, oh, shoot, I'm feeling more confident about what I'm doing. Whatever the case, I kind of don't care. I just want you to go out there to be able to do it, and knowing that what I've told you hopefully has made sense, and that, yeah, that would work. So I want to go ahead and start asking some of you guys some questions as far as some of your takeaways, if this is all making sense. Did Kate ask something? Oh, let me say this. Kate said, what are your thoughts on what you have said to other coaches as far as monthly purchase requirements versus letting customers be in it for life no matter what? I struggle with this every month. So as far as like my boot camp that I have going like every single month, part of it is you need, what did I say, to be a part of that group? Especially for a newbie, they got to buy a challenge pack, which includes 30 days of whatever, like Shaco or like performance line recover or whatever. If it's someone that is an oldie, or not an oldie, but someone that wants to be in your next challenge group, your next boot camp, that is one that's willing to stay on HD, then they can jump in your new group that's happening every month. They got to be on HD. If not, these people aren't the results driven, and that's just part of the requirements. We can't have people only doing 3 or 4 things in there. We need 4 out of 4 is the commitment, is what I say. If they're not ready for that, then they can be in the ongoing challenge group that is for the 3/4 or less committed type people, if that makes sense. So you got to stick with that. And if you're like, well, shoot, Johnny, I can't get it, any of my people in there. Well, I think you can. I think if you, not that you said that, Kate, sorry, I'm not trying to, like, it's the notion of like, if I can get people the actual results in this 21 days to 45 days, and they're starting to see that, most people, that's their chance to fall in love with whatever product it is, to hopefully want to get that ordered again. And I'd say that's almost a minimum for retention. If anything, if these people are getting results, I'm hopefully actually digging in to get them to become a freaking, if not a part-time coach, a full-time coach. But at a bare minimum, hopefully that they are on Shakeology HD. So I'm not even trying to make it at a minimum retention. I'm trying to get it to where I'm getting them to become a coach, and if not a coach that's working consistently. I think that ought to be our end goal there. And as the lowest default is that they are a non-coach who is an HD customer, if that makes sense. Yeah. I have been requiring a purchase of something. Well, hard to track. I would say, let me put it this way. I think hard to track. If you want to track, I think there is a way in the back office, but that's not a training for that. Let me put it this way, Kate or Molly or Bethany, I would make a requirement. Say, this is me. You guys do what you want. I find that they've got to, HD is going to be, for me, I feel like they need to stay on HD. I don't want them to, if they can buy anything, for them just to buy a side thing of Energize and call that good. I don't feel that's quite as fair to the rest of the people in the group. And I find that if these people are just hanging on into your challenge group through Energize, I'm kind of like, what are they doing in there? Like, I need these people, because here's where I look at it. The purpose of the challenge group is to get people results and to get those people who get results to become coaches. If these people are wanting to be in your challenge group but stay on Energize, then they're probably not really going to be your next type of coach. So how much value are they really giving you by buying Energize every single month? I guess a little. Is that worth it to you to sour the rest of the group who is buying Shaco and that is their commitment? I'd say that's not worth it. That they can be in the casual group and buying Energize, that's fine. They're just not in your committed group. Hopefully, does that help answer some of the questions? More stringent, but I'm like, look, we're not running a 3/4 effective camp here. We're trying to get 100% here. We're trying to get people these results. All right. If you have more questions, go ahead and ask that. And if you need to, Bethany, I mean, instead of going to the back office, you could actually just, all right, everyone that's in here, these are the requirements. I need your verbal yes, if you need to do something like that. You have Shaco, whatever that's going to be, okay? I mean, that could be part of the requirement that they can say, and it's just an honesty system. All right, I'm going to call some, maybe a hot person or two. Angie, yes, yes, sister, if you don't mind unmuting yourself, I love to hear your thoughts on what's been said today. Any takeaways? There you go.
Sorry,
Doesn't matter the angle. We just need to hear your voice.
No, I have to flip my tablet.
Okay.
It's broken where it normally have to push it. I think what you said is very true. I personally, I have a full-time job and I make money, but I became a coach for the discount. And then I also have customers that I've gained and some coaches that I could definitely agree with how you have to show them different value other than just doing it to earn the extra income, because for some people it's not. For me, it's for the accountability and to keep me in on my fitness journey more so than it is to have. I mean, extra cash is nice, but it's more so to keep me doing the workouts and staying on track and to keep my nutrition on track, some extra accountability. So
Great. So yeah, I think with what you said, that is for a number of people too, that that is part of that, because we're talking about that fulfillment, and part of that is for them to stay in shape and everything like that continuously beyond the challenge group. So if that's going to speak to someone else, then that's great. You know, definitely bring that up if they bring up that's something that you think would be of value to them, bring that up. That a lot of people in my group that I have that are coaches like the aspect of part of their fulfillment is that this keeps them feeling accountable, that they've got to check in. They've got to do what the rest of the team is doing. Does that make sense, Angie?
yep, and that's part of what, when I do talk about my experiences, that's what I accentuate mostly on why I do it, is because the accountability and the people
Okay.
is the income.
Okay, awesome. And let me ask this. Bethany said that hard to try. The same people say they aren't getting results. I mean, I guess, okay. I mean, let me dig into this, Beth. Oh,
Well,
go
I
ahead.
just mean the 3/4 people, the same people who are
Oh,
not all in. And we run an ongoing group now. So it's just one of those things that we're constantly thinking, how do we keep people engaged in the group, keep a requirement, but track it and still provide, because then sometimes people turn into loving the product and
yeah, they might. Here's where I look at it. I feel like it's good to set up the precedents at least from like today onward. This is how we run the group. And yeah, it's got to be all 4 out of 4. So that they can do that and have a greatest chance to actually fall in love with it. That's the one that are the most willing, to be honest. If they don't do that first month, well, they're probably not going to keep doing it the second month or third month, right? And if at this point those 3/4 people aren't ready to commit, then I'm like, you're going to have to reevaluate with them. Like, okay, I seen you've been dancing around in this group. Why are you still dancing around? What is the value you're getting out of it? Where are you actually hoping to go with this? And maybe they're not trying to hopefully go anywhere with it. And if that's the case, okay, they're not going to be in your new 4 out of 4 group. That's why I recommend the 4 out of 4 group, because if it's too much of a 3 out of 4 effort, then that's kind of the results of people get, or they get no results, especially if people are already semi working out and they're kind of like, oh, I lost a little bit of weight. And then I'm kind of stagnant here because nothing else is shifting, because I am still in this 3/4 limbo. Like, it's going to take that last fourth. I mean, gosh, I'm like, I want to help you get there, but I got to get that from you. So, okay. I want to ask Trent Lindsay. We rarely have dudes on here. Usually I'm talking to husbands. Are you under Jess?
Yes, I am.
Brother, I know a lot of references I use to as a husband that's a doctor, or, whatever. Hopefully you're able to translate all that to a significant other and everything. What's going on through your mind? I'm not even takeaways, but just in general as a dude in this business.
Yeah, so I was just talking to Jess and a couple other people about that last week or the week before, because most of the people that I see who are interested in getting fit are women. So I have a harder time connecting with them. But honestly, one of the biggest takeaways I think for me is just driving home the value a lot more, because I usually get overexcited when somebody does say, hey, like, what are you doing, or gets interested.
Mm-hmm.
And then I start driving like straight to like the benefits of being in the group, and without really pinpointing their pain points, So
Totally.
that's a big one for me. So like just being able to relate to them more.
Right. I think that's important, because we're all cheerleaders of Beachbody. And so, yeah, someone shows interest, we're like, don't say anything more. Let me throw it all at you. And I totally get that. So yeah, that's good to be have to be that listener in that sense. And, and I'll say this, because I've worked with some other males, especially husbands, in this business too. I have found the reason why, and here's the interesting, because we're always trying to drive at the value of people, what gets them working. There are male Beachbody coaches. I always look at it, would they prefer working the Beachbody situation, like opportunity coaching, or do they prefer the flexibility not the flexibility, but the guaranteed paycheck and stability of working a 9-to-5 job because they don't feel compelled that they have to stay home with the kids and take care of them. That's where I have found when that's the case, I'm not trying to force these men into working a full-time Beachbody type job because that's not really singing to them. That's why actually this MLM or direct marketing or whatever network marketing tends to appeal to females a lot more because they do want to stay at home, and that mixes well with being able to do coaching or this job at home. Whereas a lot of males, honestly, in this, at least today's society, they had that liberty to go out. And so they'd rather take that guaranteed paycheck. So, but if we can ask them where this could make sense for them, and if for those people, it might be a fulfillment thing or to keep them accountable for fitness. Again, we got to see, are they more of a challenger or a coach, and where do they fit into that? But I don't know if I was necessarily that to you, Trent, but just to anybody listening to this that's got thinking about trying to get males on, is we're always trying to figure out, well, what is worth this for you, and how can I present the coaching or challenging, being a challenger opportunity for you? And does that make sense, Trent?
Yeah, it does.
Cool.
Awesome. I'm learning as I go.
For sure.
Keep adjusting.
Keep adjusting, definitely. Kristen, I'm the same way, Trent. Yes, Bethany, the word vomit gets all the time because I'm just super pumped. Oh, the word vomit, totally, the excitement. Okay, we're almost at 8 o'clock, so I'll turn the time back over to Jess. Appreciate Trent and Bethany and Angie for letting me put y'all on the hot seat. You didn't seem too scared, so that's good. That's what I like. You guys are nice and confident team here. Okay, Jessica, turn it back to you to close us out.
This is a super confident team because it's an amazing group. Johnny, this just gave me so much inspiration as far as what is going to push me to keep working even when things are challenging and are difficult. What are my pain points? And then what am I going to use? How am I going to shift the conversation to really listen to people and slow down? As well as you gave me some good ideas as far as to work with some of those existing challengers who are not 4 out of 4. So I just felt like there were so many amazing takeaways, and I hope that you all felt excited and inspired, and like you're leaving this with some new tools to have some conversations. Yeah. Yay. Missy says me. And we just want to thank you for your time and your inspiration and your expertise.
Okay. Love it. Thanks everyone for being on here tonight. Have a great night.
Have a good one.